Hi everybody, Unlucky Artist here and welcome to a new season of Fortnite Save the World. I was going to do a video where I opened all 216 of the Winter Llamas that I collected last season, but I recorded it and it was literally the most boring video I've ever done in my life, so I'm not going to inflict it on you. If there's anybody who wants to see it, let me know, but suffice to say, the Winter Llamas had trash in them. Some of the heroes are good, but I already have all of the heroes twice over for my regular inventory and my collection book. So the weapons are not amazing. Certainly the ones you get in the llamas aren't amazing. And yeah, so that happened and it was really boring. Apart from that, Frost Night is over. Very sad for some. I love Frost Night, as you can probably tell from all my videos, and every year I get better at it, which is a good thing. My learning progress is definitely a lot slower than other people's, but you know, I get there eventually. So this year I managed to solo all the modifiers at level 100 or higher. I didn't quite make the 128 Final Frost, one smasher left. That was painful. But, you know, I definitely gave it a good go, and I think next year I'll get there for sure. So, yeah, this season is kind of quiet in Save the World. We have the Blockbuster Quest, you can see here. That's like a real old school quest, actually. It's been around for years, and as you can see, it's really long, like 11 pages long, and it's also designed that you can't get. So this one, I'm on launch flyers. I won't be able to do all that in one mission. It will take at least 2 missions and so on, so it does take a while. And one thing to bear in mind about the Blockbuster Quest is that it brings with us these chrome husks, which are like the big silver fat husks. You need to kill those husks with fire or water weapons. Other weapons will not work. So if you're in Plankerton or higher and you're shooting husks, those big chrome husks, and they keep coming back to life again, you're shooting them with the wrong weapon. You need to kill them with fire and water weapons. And what that means is you can use another weapon to get them right down to that last health point, but the kill shot needs to happen with a fire or a water weapon. All right, PSA over. As well as the Blockbuster Quest, we also have Mild Meadows Venture Zone. That's where I'm in currently, and you can see that we're in a mini boss season. So this mission here, for example, is a mini boss mission where there's no storm modifiers, but you get an epic mini boss, and you can see that those missions give tickets this season, and the storm missions like this one, they don't give tickets anymore. But personally, I like the mini-boss missions better, and they suit my playstyle, so I'll often play as base Kyle. He's got a really nice Rosie that you can kill the mini-bosses with, and it works really well. I'm not such a fan of all the storm modifiers and exploding death burst and healing death burst and all the other death bursts. But Mild Meadows Venture Zone is pretty boring, to be fair. This is the modifier, Escalation. If you keep killing husks, you get some extra damages, so it's not very difficult and it's not very fun. It just is. But of course I'll do it because, as always, when you get higher with ventures, you get some nice rewards, some superchargers, and that kind of thing. And I'm still trying to grind up my power level to maximum. I'm on 140 at the moment, got to get to 145, so I've just got to keep doing ventures to do that, really. The other event this season is the War Games event, and in my opinion, War Games is another kind of boring event. There are lots of different simulations that take place in your SSD, and some of them are really annoying. And if, like me, you've set up your SSD for endurance, then some of them are really inconvenient. So it's worth doing everything once to get extra tickets, and some of them will give banners, like here, this one has a banner. You might want to get the banner. But personally, I'm probably not going to do much, if any, War Games. But War Games dailies do give tickets this season as well, so that's something to flag, I guess. Finally, in the event store, you can, and the llama shop, this is so slow, you can see that we have some of the dragon heroes and the dragon weapons. Wukong, he's worth getting just because you can collect a team perk, but apart from that, I don't really use him. The Dragon's Fist, similarly, you know, if you're a collector, get it, but again, I don't really use it. All of these weapons, and that some of them will be in the Lunar Llamas as well, are fire weapons, so they're good against nature husks. Probably, they're maybe the only fire weapon set, I think. But yeah, I think there's other weapons that are better. And apart from that, this is a bit of an OG weapon here, the Noble Launcher. If you don't already have it, it was the launcher to have back in the days before we got much better launchers. So it kind of like gives you a burst of damage, like that you can knock out waves of enemies with. But yeah, Room Sweeper, not really that great. Harvester Sarah, not really that great unless you play a lot of scythes. The Yeoman, it used to be the gun to have to kill the UFO in war games and endurance, but nowadays people, the deatomizer came along and people tend to use that instead. But yeah, I do still have a really high level Yeoman that I leveled up for that purpose. And apart from that, if you're somebody who is maybe earlier in the game and you haven't got this hero, Dragon Scorch, I definitely recommend getting him. He's one of my favorite ninjas. And you can see his perk here is a Dragon Slash perk, and he basically adds a ton of damage to your Dragon Slash. He's a really versatile hero because you don't technically need any more Dragon Slash heroes in support for him to do a decent amount of damage, which is quite unusual. And I play him with tons of different team perks and different loadouts and stuff, so Dragon Scorch is a really good hero if you don't already have him. Yeah, so that's it this week. I might try and do weekly videos, or maybe fortnightly, or maybe they'll be monthly, or maybe it'll just be a once a season update. But enjoy playing Save the World in the meantime, and I'm definitely going to try and get a few more building and trapping videos done over the next month or so.